Okay, so we're gonna do some restorative work just to kind of let our kind of bodies release after a long day. So it's also really hot today as well. So it's 29 degrees in Manchester. And so that kind of wipes you out a little bit as well, doesn't it? So we'll start off, we're going to take it really easily and really gently this evening. We're going to start off with just our basic relaxation pose. So just come down onto your, have your knees, bolster underneath your knees, have your feet resting on your blocks. And then just bring your head down onto the floor. Just spend a few moments just to get yourself comfortable. Just rearrange your equipment a little, just to make sure that everything feels even and supportive. Just lay yourself down in a good straight line. Just rest into the floor. So just make sure, just spend some time at the beginning, just getting comfortable. And if you're not comfortable, then adjust until you are comfortable, so that there's no feeling that you're having to kind of just bear it and wait until the next pose. So it's important that it's comfortable. It's important that the body feels supported by the floor. Allow yourself just to rest down into the floor. So a really nice way to draw your attention inwards and to just draw your attention towards your energy is to practice a little Balmari Pranayama. So Balmari Pranayama is where we just exhale on, we hum on a low note and we exhale until we run out of breath. So I think that this microphone Zoom tends to kind of cut the sound out, but it's a long, low, deep note like this. And you do that until you run out of breath. I'm not sure how much of that you heard. And then it's just a normal in-breath, followed by continuous cycles of Balmari. So just get yourself comfortable. Just draw your attention towards your breath. Take a normal out breath, followed by a normal in-breath. And hum out the out breath. And then when you're ready, just bring your breath back to a normal rhythm, just normal in breaths, normal out breaths, no longer humming the out breath. Feeling that you can just release into the floor, giving yourself permission to relax. It's going back to normal breathing, focusing on letting go of the muscles. As you inhale, aim to draw your in-breath all the way into the periphery of the tips of the bronchial tubes. With each exhalation, just allow yourself to rest into the floor a little more, just letting go of the limbs of the body a little more each time you exhale. So just using this time to give yourself permission to relax. Listening to the breath, allowing the body to become heavy where the skin makes contact with the floor, with the mat. Just appreciate that the floor is supporting you, the breath is sustaining you. Just cherishing this moment of release, softness. Okay, just preparing yourself for the possibility of movement. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, just bend your knees. bring your knees in towards your chest, and then just roll onto your side and sit yourself up. So if you've got one of these oblong bolsters, that's really good for this side, this supported side bend. If you haven't got one of these kind of narrow oblong bolsters, you can use your normal blanket, just unfold it and then fold it down the middle like that, and then fold it down the middle again. And then you can fold that in half, and then that will go in your armpit chest. So as we come over onto the right side, your armpit chest rests on the lift, and then maybe you might want support for your head. Your legs stay bent like this, and then your arm reaches over like so. So again, just adjust your equipment so that it feels supportive and so that you feel like you can stay and it feels comfortable. So those are the kind of most important things. So just stretch the arm, stretch the side along the bolster, whichever bolster you're using. Have your shoulder on the floor, and then just have a block or something just to support your head. And then just rest your arm over your ear. And rest into the floor. So this pose encourages even breath. Excuse me. So although there is a bolster in your side ribs, just see if you can expand evenly into both lungs. So this practice is just a valuable time for you to just collect your energy, just to revive your energy. Okay, release the top hand. Just rest that top hand on the upper ribs. And then just straighten out your top leg. Push your elbow into the floor and then come up into a seated position. Just swap yourself over to the other side, sitting on the other hip, lengthening these side ribs out as you come down. Bring your shoulder down onto the floor, rest your head on a lift. So let your legs be soft, so just bend in the knees and then just reach over. So this pose in particular has really helped to loosen up my very stiff shoulders. So it's good to stay in this particular pose, just for openness of the chest, looseness and openness of the shoulders. Release the top hand. Just rest the top arm on the upper abdominal wall. And then just bring yourself up into a seated position. And then we're just going to come into our heart pose with butterfly legs. So have your bolster for your head. You might want an extra support for your head as well. Bring your bolster, so your blanket, into kind of a long, thin shape, and then that might need to be a bit longer. So just have it so that it's you can wrap the blanket around the front of the shins and then pull it inwards so that it supports. So pull that in towards your body, so it basically supports your legs. It sits on the outsides of your heels, and then line yourself along your blanket, your bolster rather. If you want an extra support for your head, so just make sure that you feel level and even, and that your hips are supported. If the blankets don't support your hips, put some blocks underneath your thighs. So this pose gives you a good open chest. Deep inhalations and deep exhalations. Every now and then, as long as you don't have a heart condition or high blood pressure, you can hold the breath gently at the top of the in-breath. Just suspending the breath just very briefly, just for a second or two. And then follow that with a long, slow, deep, deliberate out breath. One more minute if you can just hold the position. And then just stay down on the bolster. Just draw your knees together. Grab the blanket, just move it out of the way, and then just stretch your legs out. So there's a different sensation on the spine. There's release in the lower back. So if you're practicing that moment of retention of the breath, kumbhaka, then you allow the body to ingest more oxygen from the breath. When you're ready to disturb yourself, just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and just bring yourself back up into a seated position. We're going to go back into our basic relaxation pose. It's a good one to start with. It's a good one to end with. Brings balance to the practice. So get your blocks again for your feet. Just unfold your blanket so that you make a good pillow kind of shape. So try and fold it out evenly so that it's going to be kind of even beneath your head. And then have that for your head. Just come back down onto your back with your knees underneath, with the bolster underneath your knees, and then just adjust so that you feel that there's some length along the spine and that you're supported by the floor. So we use this pose just to really release into the floor. Just focusing on breathing evenly into both lungs, breathing evenly out of both lungs. So this hour on the mat is a valuable opportunity to just let go of the tensions of the body, to relax by unhooking the muscles, feeling how the body makes contact with the floor. Just attempt to completely release any tension from the limbs, from the arms, unhooking the muscles, just letting the body become heavy on the floor. Be conscious of the bolsters and the equipment beneath your knees, your legs, your head. Feeling the lightness that comes from the energy that rises to the top. Almost like helium filling the skin. So through our gentle practice, we revive our energy. Focusing on the energy that we gain from the deep inhalations, deep exhalations, but it's the inhalations that bring in the universal energy of the that surrounds us. Okay, when you're ready to bring yourself out of this pose of basic relaxation, just start to wriggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, just bring your body back into the pose. Pull your knees in towards your chest. And then just have a little rock from side to side, just giving yourself a gentle massage on the spine. And then just gently roll over onto your right side. Sit yourself up in a good cross-leg position. And then just come into cross legs with your hands in the master, just a final spinal lift. Just take deep in breaths, deep out breaths. Draw in the breath in through the nose and down into the abdomen. Just be conscious of the energy that you've brought into the body through the breath. A good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the gentle sequence brings to the body and to the mind. Draw your chin down to meet your chest. Just spend a moment just to engage with the positive energy you've created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then just gently release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. As you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open. Focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. Thank you. So hopefully you feel like you've given yourself a little release, a little pick me up from the rest of the day, and a way to release for the rest of the evening. So thank you.